everybody. Welcome to class. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making time for your home practice. As always, my name is Morgan and I'm here to hold space for you and your yoga practice. Welcome back to my living room. As you can see, we are up to our elbows in springtime. We've got our seedlings going right behind me. We've got all of our zucchini, tomatoes, and parsnips coming up here. And down here we've got the cruciferous goodies, the cabbage, the broccoli, and some really fun flowers that we're going to plant. We also have 9 chicks. Since I've seen you, we brought home chickens. And we just had a little moment a second ago. For those of you who have chickens or have experience with chickens, one of our chicks just had her first dust bath. I did not know what a dust bath looks like. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's them kind of rolling around on the ground, getting dust up in their feathers to clear oils and like mites and itchy stuff. I wasn't aware that they did them this young. Our chicks are about 3 weeks old. But one of our girls, Brownie, I just saw her rolling around, kicking her little feet, and had a moment where I was like, oh my God, is one of my chickens dying? But she just stood right up and, kept carrying on. So we just had that moment. We're deep in learning about homesteading, growing our own food, raising our own chicks, and it's been a journey. But all that aside, that's just a little bit of a backstory of where I'm coming from today. You will hear all 9 of our chicks chirping throughout our class. I'm really excited for this practice today. I wanted to bring y'all something brief and effective. So we're getting outside again a lot more. We're recreating a little bit more outside. Weather's warming up. It's time to start hiking again, camping, backpacking is on the horizon. Gardening is going to be coming up for many of us, and a lot of that is going to be like a lot of hinging forward at the hips, tension in the upper back, a lot of full body invigoration, right? So I wanted to bring a super brief, quick 10-minute neck and shoulder rinse. You can do it sitting at your desk, you can do it at a stoplight, you can do it right before or after you're about to go out and exercise. It's just really nice for opening up kind of the crunchy stuff in the side of the neck, all the way down into the place between the shoulder blades and then branching out towards the serratus, this place right underneath your armpits. So super accessible, all levels. Let's get into it with a little bit of breathing and meditation. When you're ready, please relax your hands into your lap in any way that feels comfortable. And close your eyes when you feel ready. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth exhale. Soft jaw, breathe in through your nose. Out the mouth. One more, fill it up. Long, full body exhale. And one more like that, in through the nose, listen for the change. Out the nose. Longest Ujjayi breath in through your nose. Take your time. Longest Ujjayi exhale. And continue to move this breath in and out of your nostrils. And from an internal standpoint, an internal scan of your body, think about areas that you can find a little bit more spaciousness and release in. The back molars, the very back corners of your jaw. Think about softening and relaxing that area. That space that runs from the sides of your throat down into the collarbones. See if you can create a little bit more length, natural length in that space by softening through the sides of your neck and throat. And if you are rounded in your back or curling forward in your posture in any way, start by toning your belly, stacking the column of your spine from your tailbone all the way up to the base of your skull, and draw your shoulder blades up and back to reveal an open heart space, a broad chest. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Hold on to your kneecaps with your palms. Inhale, please find seated cow pose. Arch your spine. Tuck your chin to give yourself a really good double chin, and then lean your head back as far as that tuck of the chin will allow. It won't be super, super deep. Breathe in. Exhale, curl your back, tuck your chin, bring your belly button towards your spine for seated cat pose, really round. A couple more times. Inhale, forward cow pose. Keep the chin tucked, lift your head back. Exhale, cat. Last one, inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. And exhale, start to take some hip circles towards the right. And I really always encourage you to get expressive with the bend of your elbows and the natural movement of your shoulders here. So anywhere that feels immobile, tight, or like concrete, think about ways that you can bring a little bit more fluidity and a little bit more life into the movement, almost like creating a kind of octopus-like feel in your limbs and your joints, in the movement of your head, neck, and throat. Breathe in. Out the mouth. Good. Switch out the directions of this hip rotation. And right away, moving in the opposite direction, notice what patterns your body naturally wants to move back into. Is there any part of you that is habituated into staying rigid? Is there any part of you that could and would like to find a little bit more fluidity, a little bit more movement? 2 more rounds. And when you come back to center, give your shoulders some rolls up towards your ears and down your back body. Take your time here, especially if you're feeling any crunching, any tension or resistance. Remember, we're not forcing anything. We are lubricating the joint through repetitive movement. And then move into the opposite direction. So forward and down. Forward and down. 2 more. Good. And so from here, we'll get into some really functional stretching of the shoulder girdle and the rotator cuff to get deeper clarity in the crunchy tight parts of the shoulder blades. So here, just go ahead and clutch your shoulders, kind of like chicken wings, and then bring your elbows close to each other, as close as you can. Switch out the cross of your legs just for this exercise. And what's going to biomechanically need to happen is you're going to need to round through your back to let the tips of your elbows touch. Good. Tuck your chin intentionally here, rather than just letting your head hang. Find that double chin exercise that we just practiced. So chin is down, but kind of hug it back and in towards the base of your throat, so there is active engagement. It's called a Jalandhara Bandha. That is a throat lock. It's meant to protect your neck during these big rotations. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good, 1 more. Clear it out. From here, keep your fingers on your shoulders. Start to lift your elbows forward. Your spine will naturally follow. Come to this point. Neutralize your spine. Keep your belly super toned. Open through the chest, just enough through the collarbones to start to feel an activation and openness in your upper back. Keep it. Walk your fingertips a little bit further down your shoulder blades until you can bring your elbows all the way up, or ish all the way up towards the ceiling. And hands are still on the shoulder blades. Deep breath in. Out the mouth. Good. Now here's the fun part. Widen your elbows out to the sides. Keep your hands on your shoulders, kind of like chicken wings here. And focus on rolling your shoulder heads back, down, and draw your shoulder blades down your back body away from the base of your skull. Whew. And that's the cycle. Start it again. Curl in, tap your elbows, tuck your chin. Let this be a really natural unfolding with your breath. Start to lift your elbows all the way up. Triceps up, go as high as you can. Open chest, don't cave the spine. And exhale, elbows go wide. Shoulder blades slowly melt all the way down your back. Good, 2 more. Tuck your chin, tap your elbows. Tuck your elbows around your spine. Find the natural cow-cat composition in your back as you move and rotate through your shoulders. Let's do 1 more, just because that feels so good. I love that melting. This last step, it really lengthens space in the sides of the neck. From here, make hands into your fists, rotate out and in just a little bit. Switch out the direction. And then here's a fun brain teaser. From here, what I want you to do is start to move your fists in opposite directions and almost create figure 8 infinity symbols with each fist. There you go. So there's a little bit of rotating happening all the way up into the elbows. And if you want, start playing with rolling your head and your neck a little bit in either direction. Good. And if you want a real brain teaser, switch out the direction of your fist first and then play with rotating your head in the opposite way. Good. Whew. Relax your hands right down by your hips. Open chest, long spine, big breath in. Big exhale. Okay. Static fascial stretching of your neck. I'm going to demonstrate a couple different options for this. It will feel a lot better if you have something to hold on to with your hand, such as the edge of a table, or just like even the leg of a table or a chair. I'm going to hold on to the side of the chicken brooder because this feels really nice. So if you are able to hold on to something, reach out with that arm, hold on to it, and if you really have a lot of tension in your neck, I would even suggest walking your hand back and behind you, not a ton, but just a few inches, as this will get deeper into the whole channel of the neck, the shoulder blade, and not the shoulder blade, the collarbone deep into your shoulder. Good. Big breath in. Exhale, lean your head up and away from the arm that you're stretching. And what's really nice about this is you can lean into it. You can really go for it and create a deep channel of opening in any area that you feel that tension. And remember, if you don't have something to hold on to here, you have some options. If it feels secure, you can simply lift your hand up and actively reach away from you as you lean your head in the opposite direction. This is not for everybody. This can be really helpful for tension in the tricep. But if you just want to have your hand kickstand on the ground, that's a really, really awesome option. We have 4 more rounds of deep breath here. Breath in. Big breath out. Use your resting hand to press your head all the way back to center. And switch sides. So if you have something to reach and hold on to on this opposite side, really good idea just to gently lift up and over. If you don't have something to hold on to, you can keep your hand floating, or very simple, very traditional, keep your hand kickstanded on the ground and lean your head up and over to the opposite side. And as always, just play. Turn in and out until you find that area of tension release, of the creation of space, a little bit of drain of stagnation, drain of lymphatic fluid. Four more breaths. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Very good, everyone. Use that resting hand to help your head come all the way back to center. Stay easy in the neck. Shake your hands out. And from here, please make your way into tabletop pose. Almost there. In tabletop, if you like, tuck your toes. Take a little cat-cow here. And these are motions that we've practiced already. Flexion and extension of the spine. This can feel so nice for deeply tucking your chin and deeply opening through your heart space on the lift. One more round. And on your exhale, come on back to a neutral spine. Good. From here, come into a semi-child's pose. So widen your knees, bring your big toes to touch. I hope you can see me. So we practiced this variation of threaded needle in our last video, and this one just helps us get a little bit deeper into the twisting motion, the spinal rotation, which can just feel so, so nice for a tense upper back and neck. So in this semi-child's pose, come up halfway off your heels. We'll start with the right side. Go wide with your left hand. Give yourself space across your chest. Inhale, lift all the way up. Reach your right arm up. And exhale, threaded needle, this side. So you'll notice that my hips are not really touching my heels, and that's okay. Because what we're going for here is a deeper twist and an opportunity for more tension release. So if you want to go deeper, push your bottom arm a little bit more with more pressure into the earth. That might be where you stay. Always the opportunity to turn your head further up towards the sky and create pressure with your skull into the earth. Opportunity for a half bind if you'd like to take it. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. One more long inhale. And a long exhale. Place your left hand down. Inhale, slide your right arm all the way back up. Big stretch. Exhale, come back into this semi-child's pose. Knees are wide, big toes are towards each other. Inhale, cow pose if you like. And exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral. Let's do the opposite side. Take your right hand super wide. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, thread a needle this side of your body. Good. Remember, you can really slide your left arm underneath you in this variation to create optimal stretch and, tissue release in between your shoulder blades and the space just below, a place that can be tricky and stays tight for most of us. Breathe in. And breathe out. Clear it out. And one more deep breath in. Deep exhale. Plant your right hand down. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, come back to full traditional tabletop pose. Stack your joints, tuck your toes. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, bring your kneecaps together, zip your legs up, lean your heels all the way back, hips to your heels all the way back for an embryo pose. Tuck your chin, round in. Long back body breath in. Long back body exhale. Place your hands down on the ground. Be really slow. Be really spacious here. Uncurl your spine, one backbone at a time, almost like a blossoming of your upper body into this really open, nice, supported structure. And from here, go ahead and make your way to lying down, flat on your back. All right. So, last posture is one of my favorites. It's so old school. It's so important and so good for your neck. It's called Matsyasana, fish pose. So, take your hands, place your thumbs right underneath your buttocks. You can keep your knees bent if you want, but I find that it's really, really nice to straighten both legs and curl, actively curl my toes towards my shin, so that is active flexion in the feet. If you're not familiar with Matsyasana, watch me first. What I'm going to do is prop myself up on my elbows, on my forearms, so I'm already halfway up. From here, as if there's a drawstring attached to the sternum, the center of my chest, I'm going to puff up my chest. Draw my shoulder blades back towards each other, very similar to a cobra pose. Tuck my chin to give myself a double chin. Breathe in. And exhale, lean my head back. And the shoulder blades here coming closer together create a little bit of a girdle or cushion for the back of my head, so I'm not totally hanging back. This is wonderful medicine for those of us that are curled in front of our screens a lot of the day, or curled in front of the steering wheel, or curled in front of any task that we're doing. This is such an important antithesis for all of the rounding forward and bending forward that we do. Big breath in. Lion's breath. 2 more. Last one, big inhale. Cleared out. So, coming back is just as important. So start slowly by lifting your head up. Give yourself that double chin. Take one hand at a time out from underneath your buttocks. Keep your chin tucked the entire time. You want to even bend your knees as you bring yourself back to resting. Excellent. Dip your knees side to side here if you need just a little bit of a reset in the low back. And we'll see if I can pull this one off with the chicken coop in here. From here we'll move into Halasana plow pose, if that feels okay in your neck. If you feel good where you're at, stay there. Again, if you want to move into Halasana, a nice helpful way is to bring your thumbs underneath your buttocks, lift your legs all the way up and overhead. From here, rock your feet forward, and then rock them up and back, just enough to place your hands right on your low back for support. Yeah. And here you might keep your knees bent, feet flared right above you. But for more, take your time. Use your breath as a device to deepen the experience of maybe your feet coming closer to the earth overhead. Remember that Jalandhara Bandha, that chin tuck towards the throat. This is where it comes in so handy. The pressure comes from the back of your skull and the ridge of your shoulder blades. There is space underneath your neck. It is non-weight bearing and protected.
Breathe in and breathe out. One more. Fill your lungs up. Exhale. Bring your hands back to your hips. Slowly as you can. You can place your hands back down on the mat. Control your spine coming back down to the earth. And when your low back is kissing the earth, reach for the outer edges of your feet for a Nandavalasana, happy baby, and rock side to side a little bit. Just a little bit of movement on your back body. Stretch through your hamstrings if that feels good in your body. And at this time, my friends, if there are any other movements, shapes, or postures that you need to feel satisfied in this brief accelerated practice, please take those now. And as you feel ready, ease your way into your final resting pose. This was a little longer than 10 minutes, but y'all know that once we get going, it's hard to stop. So thank you for hanging out with me for this long. I hope this class was packed with value and relief for you. Please reach out with any questions or thoughts. As always, it is my deep honor and privilege to provide this practice for you. Thank you for being here with me in this journey of virtual yoga within Grounding Down. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Shavasana.